You're standing in front of the bathroom mirror and suddenly spot it. One long, thick, dark hair sticking out of your ear, nose, or eyebrow, looking like an alien parasite that absolutely does not belong there. You grab the tweezers, pull it out, and think you've won. But a week later, it's back, and somehow it's even longer and more stubborn than before. Why does the body suddenly abandon decades of completely normal behavior, choosing instead to aggressively sprout these stubborn facial tentacles as we get older? Welcome back to Useless Shit Explained. Today, we are diving into the microscopic biology behind this incredibly embarrassing physical phenomenon. As random and weird as these hairs seem, they follow a predictable, biologically programmed shift that happens to virtually everyone. If we zoom down to the cellular level, we find that these weird hairs aren't technically new. The follicles producing them have actually been sitting in your skin since birth, completely dormant and sleeping for years. This animated cross-section shows what wakes them up. Dormant follicles get hit by androgen hormones, specifically testosterone. As male biology alters with age, ear and nose follicles become hypersensitive to these androgens. They rapidly expand, pushing a thick, dark hair straight through the skin. It presents a cruel biological contradiction. The exact same hormones that instruct the follicles on your scalp to shut down, causing baldness, are simultaneously triggering the follicles on your face to go into overdrive. And men aren't suffering alone. Women experience a very similar hormonal betrayal shortly after menopause. Looking at this chart, you can trace the physiological shift. A postmenopausal drop in estrogen removes the body's natural buffer. Without that estrogen blocking it, the naturally occurring testosterone influence spikes upward to take dominance. That specific new hormonal imbalance connects directly to the sudden appearance of thick, resilient chin and facial hairs in older women. Regardless of sex, aging bodies experience a same mechanism. Shifting hormones force previously harmless, dormant follicles into a state of aggressive growth. To understand why we even have these follicles in the first place, we have to zoom out from the microscopic hormones and look at the broader evolutionary history of human body hair. Dense ear and nose hair actually served a very specific, survival-based purpose for early humans. Our ancestors lived in harsh, unregulated environments. Thick tufts of hair acted as a necessary physical filter, trapping dangerous dust, debris, and insects before they could enter the body's orifices. Today, our living conditions look completely different. We have artificial climate control, highly insulated modern housing, and cleanly paved city streets, making environmental filtration largely unnecessary. We exist in a sanitized modern environment, but our ancient biological programming simply refuses to shut down and adapt. Our bodies are aggressively executing an outdated, primitive survival program that provides absolutely zero modern benefits, and instead only succeeds in ruining our social lives. Which brings us right back to you, staring into the bathroom mirror. And it emphasizes the absolute futility of temporary fixes. You can pluck, trim, or wax that hair as much as you want, but the grim reality is that the underlying hormonal shift of aging is permanent. Once those specific facial follicles are activated, they will never return to their dormant state. Ultimately, erratic body hair is a permanent, highly irritating byproduct of these biological shifts, a persistent physical reminder of the aging process happening under the skin. Speaking of weird permanent body changes, next week we're explaining the physiological mechanics of stretch marks. Subscribe to Useless Shit Explained and hit the bell. See you then.